Hello and welcome back to The Plot. If you're new here, I'm Lindsay and this guy in the video, that's my husband Mark. And this is our allotment in Yorkshire in the north of England. Now, Mark spent the vast majority of his weekend at The Plot this week just getting this paving done. He did a great job and you can see that he's levelling the area, then putting sand down to further level it, and then he's laying the paving. Now he's not using cement because it's an allotment and we don't want it to be that permanent. We also need access to the polytunnel cover on the right hand side of the screen here that is buried under the ground. So we need to be able to take that last row of flags up to remove it inevitably one day. He also then cleared this cold frame of the weeds. Well, he cut them back. And then he used excess soil from beneath the patio just on top here to mulch it. Most of this soil came from the bed on the left hand side, and that bed's been mulched many times over the years, so you know it's good stuff. And then he gets back to work finishing the rest of it. Now I realise such a big paving area is unusual on allotment. As I said in my last video, this area is going to be a utility area. I'm going to grow potatoes in bags here because they don't tend to do well in the ground. We'll have a seating area. I'll have all the bins with things like nettle tea and comfrey tea in it. And I'll have tables out for hardening things off. You can see my little greenhouse at the end there. It's just going to be a great place to store things, and it'll have multiple purposes essentially. This roller, we looked at hiring a roller to flatten the soil down or use a whacker plate or something, but actually it turned out to be cheaper to just buy this one. And it's one of those where you fill it with water or sand, and it was really useful. And we do want to lay a new lawn at home, so we'll be able to use the roller there. So this is what I found when I went up on Sunday evening, and I was so impressed. I just love how neat and tidy it looks. This bed looks great. We just still do need to cement the bricks into place, and over there in that top corner there's some rotten timbers that need to be removed. But yeah, it's looking good. Let me know what you think I should plant in this area. Access to the back of the bed is a little bit difficult because it's quite deep. It's about 1.5 metre deep by about 6 metres long. So here's Mark just covering it up with the weed membrane and the carpet and underlay that we pulled up from underneath the gravel. Now, I don't really like using these kinds of products because they do shed, but we've got them, so we're going to use them. They've already been down in the area that most of this compost came from, and we're not going to be walking on it, so hopefully it won't shed too much, and we will be getting rid of it once the spring comes and we start to use this bed. But it's a good idea to suppress the weeds over winter. Well, I feel it is anyway, because we've got a lot more weeds to get rid of in the meantime. Look, there's even weeds still growing on the underside of that fabric there, so hopefully laying it upside down will help them to be killed off. Now I think it's about time I roll my sleeves up. So we're up today, both of us together. It's a Monday, and Mark's got the day off work as it's our youngest's 5th birthday today, so she's at school. But we are here at the allotment, and he is just finishing off this section. Today I have been working over in this section over here. And I've taken the beans down. I've harvested what I could, but they were rotting, so I got some. And so I'm going to work on, well, this general area needs a lot of work, so I'm going to do as much as I can on here. But I have a 5-year-old's tea party to prepare for after school as well, so Mark might be here longer than me today. And there he is with his bags of sand, endless bags of sand for his paving areas. So I did get some weeding done, but then I had to go off and buy party food. It took me ages to get the beans down and get them separated from the canes. Honestly, compare what I've achieved this week to what he's achieved, and honestly I haven't done much at all really, have I? But my time will come, trust me. Mark is so good at this kind of thing. He's just so good at anything to do with DIY construction and building. He's just very natural, whereas, you know, plants are my thing. We work well together because he's totally uninterested in plants, but that's my bit. So he's just washing some of the gravel off and sweeping it into the gap between the polytunnel and the paving. And then he's going to put all our things on there. And yeah, I think it looks really brilliant. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who has commented, watched, liked and subscribed. You're very much appreciated. As is that guy in that greenhouse.